Okay, so this is the number 2 math project. Here is my student ID. And the first problem we have states, given sine theta is equal to -2/3 with theta in quadrant 3, find the 5 other trigonometric functions. Here's our Pythagorean identity. All right, so to start, we are going to use our cosine theta is equal to positive minus square root of 1 minus sine squared theta. All right. So this will then be plus or minus 1 minus 4/9, which is equal to the square root of 5/9 equal to square root of 5 over 3. Okay. So in quadrant 3, cosine is less than 0, which means that our cosine is going to equal the negative square root of 5 over 3. Okay, so then we want to find our tangent, which is sine divided by cosine. Okay, which is equal to -2 over 3 divided by square root of -5 over 3. Since we can't do that, we have to do keep, change, flip. So we have -2 divided by 3 times 3 divided by square root of 5. And we cross these two out, which will give us 2 5 square root of 5 over 5. All right, so that will be our tangent. So then we have our sine, which is -2 over 3. Then we have our cosine, which is negative square root of 5 over 3. All right, and then we have our tangent, which is 2 square root of 5 over 5. And since we have these three, we're able to flip them over to find the other 3 trigonometric functions. So we have our cosine, which is -3 over 2. Then we have our second, which is -3 square root of 5 all over 5. And then we have our cotangent, which is the square root of 5 over 2. And there you go. That is how you find the 5 trigonometric functions. Okay, for the second problem, we want to get the exact value of the cotangent of -7 pi over 6. So to start off, I already have my unit circle ready to use to find the cotangent. Since we have a negative here, we're going to be going clockwise to find our value. So we want to go around the unit circle to pi, since we can fill up to pi. And then since we'll have one more remaining, we'll go one more up to 5 pi over 6, which gives us our values of negative square root of 3 over 2 and 1/2, which is also going to be our cosine and sine. So since we want to find the cotangent, we want to look for cosine over sine, which will also give us negative square root of 3 over 2 divided by 1/2. And since we can't divide it like that, we keep, change, flip, which will give us negative square root of 3 over 2 times 2 over 1. Cross these out, which will give us negative 3 over 1, which is also equal to the square root of negative 3. And that will be our answer on how we can use our unit circle to find the cotangent of negative 7 pi over 6. Okay, so for problem 3, we want to graph f of x is equal to negative 2 cosine 2x minus pi plus 1. All right, so first we got to take the absolute value of our amplitude, which will be 2. Our b will equal 2, so the period is equal to 2 pi over b, which is 2 pi divided by 2, which gives us pi. D is equal to 1, so that means our midline is also going to be at 1. All right, and then our graph is also going to be reflected over the x-axis due to the negative sign at the beginning. All right, and then we want to find the cosine key points in our function values. So we want to find the phase shift. So we're going to use 2x minus pi is equal to 0. This will give us x is equal to pi divided by 2. So the first period starts at x equals pi divided by 2. All right, and then we want to find our quarter period, which is equal to period divided by 4, which equals to pi over 4. So then we're going to find our x values. So like we said, to start off, it is pi divided by 2, and then we'll move on to 3 pi divided by 4, then pi by itself, then 5 pi divided by 4, and 3 pi divided by 2. All right, and then we want to evaluate to find our y's for the graph. So first, we'll take the first pi divided by 2, and then we were gonna use the 2x minus pi to get what we need. So for this first one, it will be 2x minus pi, and then we use pi divided by 2, and that will get us 0. So then we're going to use the cosine of 0 is equal to 1. Therefore, f is equal to negative 2 times 1 plus 1, which will give us negative 1 for our first one. And then we'll move on to 3 pi divided by 4. This will give us 2 times 3 pi divided by 4, which will give us pi divided by 2. And then the cosine of pi divided by 2 is equal to 0. So our f is equal to 1. Then we have regular pi by itself. So then we'll have 2 times pi minus pi, which will give us pi. And the cosine of pi is negative 1. So f is equal to negative 2 times negative 1 plus 1, which will give us 3. Then we have 5 pi divided by 4. This will give us 2 times 5 pi divided by 4 minus pi, which will give us 3 pi divided by 2. The cosine of this is going to be 0. So f is equal to 1. And then our last one is going to be 3 pi divided by 2. So 2 times 3 pi divided by 2 is going to equal 2 pi. And the cosine of 2 pi is negative 1. So f is equal to negative 1. And then all of these are going to be our y values. And the earlier periods are going to be our x values. So the first one is going to be pi divided by 2, -1. And then 3 pi divided by 4, 1. Pi and 3. 5 pi divided by 4, 1. 3 pi divided by 2, -1. Alright. So then you will just plug in the numbers like so. And then you just kind of use the same numbers, but you continue to add up. So the next one would be here, then here, then here, and then here. So your graph is going to end up looking like this. And then, like we stated earlier, our midpoint is going to be going through 1. So your graph is going to end up looking something like this. And then we will have 2 minimum values and maximum values. Our maximum value being 3 and our minimum value being -1. And there you go.